All right. No, sorry about that. The stream just randomly ended for no apparent reason. So my apologies for that. I appreciate any support, kind of like technical difficulty or something. I can't really explain what happened. Bear with me 1 second. Some technical difficulties here, so sorry about that. So let's make sure this is. I do not know why the technical difficulties happened, but they did. My internet seems to be fine. Fabian Farman added. So yeah, let's go to some clips now because my internet sucks. And all right, so let's go to this bullshit. So I got a bunch of bookmarks here I want to go through because, like, frankly, it's just too much. I mean, I hate when this happens. It's like everything is fine. I'm going. It's absolutely on fire, and then all of a sudden, whoops! My stream went out. Not only did it go out, but it went out right in the middle of right when I was going. So sorry about that. So we have Congressman Raul Gribhaglia. The Venezuelan people deserve to have their votes counted and their voices heard without interference from the government or fear of retaliation. Despite the immense anger barriers faced, disenfranchisement abroad, and Maduro's strict control of national institutions, millions participate in the electoral process. Currently, the overwhelming evidence points to election tampering by the Maduro regime in the election in Venezuelan election. Any evidence for that, or no? Are we just going to just make up stuff because you're in Washington because you're a Washington politician? Currently, over blah, 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 blah. In order to restore trust into the electoral process, I joined calls for the National Election Commission to publicly and expeditiously publish the results, and for the Maduro government to honor the terms of the Barbados Agreement. It is critical that we respect the will of the people of Venezuela who voted for self-determination, progress, and change. I will continue to support them in their fight for democracy. In other words, unlike Democrats who openly nominated Kamala Harris, and she didn't get a single vote from anybody in the party. But I digress. That doesn't matter much. It's just more corporate media bullshit. This is from excuse me. This is from Telesur English. Just bear with me. I'm still having technical difficulties here. Venezuela number detailing of damage caused by right-wing led urban violent operations. The far right violent actions after presidential elections. Far right violent actions have caused these ravages. 749 citizens accused of inciting hatred, vandalism, and terrorism. Six statues destroyed in the states of Caraboyo, La Garridia, Falcon, Falcon, Guajico, Portuguesa, and Trujillo. Dozens of miners arrested in Fragante. I don't know what that is. One soldier killed in the state of Guaya. Attacks on electoral facilities, buildings, and military and police centers. 23 soldiers injured. 25 police officers injured. Two mayor offices in the state of that state burned. One hospital harassed in Caracas. Land and oil transport units damaged in the states of Miranda, Carabobo, and Laura. Some metro stops and stations destroyed in Caracas. Excuse me. So yeah, I mean the right wing is really angry and they're like really attacking these people. So let's go here. The U.S. is preparing an international response against Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro, opening the door for again fresh sanctions amid the chaotic aftermath of last Sunday's presidential election in the country. Venezuela's iconic Bolivarian leader Hugo Chavez found that the words for U.S. interference in a Latin American country, fucking Yankees, go to hell. So this is Hugo Chavez here.
¡Mierda! ¡Que aquí hay un pueblo digno! ¡Aquí hay un pueblo digno! ¡Yanquis de mierda! ¡Váyanse al carajo 100 veces! Y estamos resueltos a ser libres. Hago responsable de todo esto y lo que pueda ocurrir no de Estados Unidos, que anda detrás de todas las conspiraciones contra nuestros pueblos. Nosotros, yanquis de mierda, sépanlo, estamos resueltos a ser libres, pase lo que pase y cuéstenos lo que nos cueste. ¡Ya basta! ¡Ya basta!
Yeah, enough's enough. So that was Hugo Chavez in 2008, when he was reelected again. This is Venezuela. As soon as ordinary people from working class suburbs arrived to support Nicolas Maduro in Caracas, the supporters of the extremist leader Corina Machado panic and disperse. You won't find any Bravo Pueblo among them. So yeah, those are Nicolas Maduro supporters. The same system that killed John F. Kennedy and attempted to kill Donald Trump is trying to sow civil strife in Venezuela. So this is Nicolas Maduro, speaking to his cabinet, Security Council, rather. Excuse me.
Ellos ponen una sonrisa de frente en su diplomacia por engaño, pero por detrás tienen el puñal. Y si les crees a su sonrisa, te descuidas, te volteas, te apuñalean. Así ellos han actuado casi 200 años, asesinando presidentes, asesinando líderes en el mundo, asesinando presidentes en Estados Unidos. John F. Kennedy. ¿Quién lo mató? El sistema. Comprobado. Crearon lo que hoy se conoce un falso positivo, con un tal señor de apellido Oswald. Eso es conocido. Bien denunciado en un documental película llamada JFK. Bastante documentado. Kennedy lo mata la mafia criminal de Miami y lo mata la CIA. Porque él pensaba y estaba trabajando por acabar la guerra de Vietnam y por entenderse con Cuba y cesar el bloqueo y la agresión contra Cuba. De hecho, se conoce que el mismo día que lo matan, a la misma hora que se sabe la noticia, un 22 de noviembre de 1963, Fidel Castro estaba en Varadero, en una casa protocolar, y estaba conversando con un enviado especial del presidente Kennedy. Y le estaba entregando 2 cajas de puros, de habanos, para que se lo llevara de regalo, porque al presidente Kennedy le gustaban los puros cubanos. Y en ese momento entró uno de los asistentes del presidente Fidel Castro, el comandante Fidel Castro, creo que era primer ministro para entonces, y le dio la infausta noticia. Prendieron el radio y se enteraron de las noticias. El mismo día, a la misma hora, estaba Fidel recibiendo un enviado especial para conversar un plan de regularización de las relaciones. El sistema lo asesinó. Tiene un largo historial de asesinatos, golpes de Estado en el mundo y mucho dinero de por medio. Recientemente condenamos el intento de asesinato del expresidente Donald Trump y hay muchas dudas de quienes protegían a Donald Trump, de que por qué permitieron a ese tirador pararse ahí. Hay muchas dudas que se han expresado en Estados Unidos. Ahora están tratando de tapar eso. Así que ese imperio, acostumbrado a la violencia, a los golpes de Estado, preparó un escenario.
That's well said. I mean, I completely agree with that. I mean, it's the same U.S. government that attempted that, that they're clearly the imperialists and want control over the whole world, and they will not stop. They even a U.S. president trying to stop them, they will kill. They will, get rid of that U.S. president, like they did with Kennedy. Hundreds of thousands of supporters of President Nicolas Maduro arriving at the heart of Caracas today to celebrate electoral victory and to prevent any possible pro-U.S. coup d'état. So these are. There's a bunch of people there, so I don't know whether all these people are. I'm assuming they're supporting Nicolas Maduro, but like you can't really tell who these people are there for. To be fair, so yeah, so it's a shit ton of people just coming in with their motorcycles and driving up and down. So yeah, you get the point. And I don't need to keep. It's like 2 minutes of this, so I don't need to keep playing that. But so this is from Pasta. I want to read this real quick. Go follow him if you haven't already. He's great. I need to have him a guest on my show at some point because I need a deeper dive with somebody who knows what they're talking about. And who knows more than I do about this, and who's been to Venezuela, who's been around there. So I'm going to read this and then I'll react. There have been a lot of accusations of fraud by the opposition in Venezuela as well as the mainstream media here in the U.S. However, the accusations are very broad, and if there's any cheating taking place, it would have been caught in real time because the Venezuelan election process is one of the most transparent in the world, with checks and audits conducted with paper trails within the purview of the public. So for the Chavistas to cheat, they would have to have known all 55% of the machines that were going to be audited. They would have had to know which 5.5 million votes that were to be hand audited against the machine in order not to get caught. That is almost impossible, as the astronomical amount of votes that flipped the election for Joe Biden in the middle of the night against Donald Trump in 2020. Remember Kevin Sorbo's tweet? Yeah, I flipped a coin 100,000 times and it came up heads every time. Believe me. Yeah, I mean there were a lot of those questionable vote changes in 2020. It also means that the Chavista that cheats and Nicolas Maduro won by 700,000 votes, that they would have to flip. Oh, they would have to flip a minimum 1.4 million votes. I'm sorry. Meaning fraud would have been evident in real time. Machines would have been flagged, pictures of tallies posted on the doors would have been taken, and the opposition would have demanded that specific machine be audited. We didn't see that in Venezuela. My expert assessment is that the Venezuelan general election was indeed fair, and the chosen leader by the people is Nicolas Maduro. So in other words, it's almost impossible for anybody to cheat in Venezuela, unlike here in the U.S., where it's really easy to do so because there's no paper trail and there's no way to really audit these votes. So this is Nico House. Failed U.S. puppet Juan Guaido is crowning Edmundo Gonzalez as president of Venezuela after losing an election. So this is Juan Guaido.
Gracias por participar, gracias por la expresión de mayoría.
Thank you for participating.
Gracias por defender la democracia.
Thank you for defending democracy. Ironic coming from him.
Ganó Venezuela.
Venezuela won.
Edmundo González Urrutia.
Edmundo González Urrutia did not win the election.
Es electo presidente.
No, it's not. Edmundo González Urrieta is not elected president. That's completely ridiculous and bullshit. Let's see. So let's continue. If you haven't already, please like this stream because I had technical difficulties and I had to restart the stream from scratch. So thank you very much in advance for the support. right wingers be like, the only thing that can save these poor people is unfettered capitalism that will have them squeezed out of their home ownership and living under bridges in no time. Viva la revolucion. I can't even speak right now. So this is allegedly, supporters of the opposition here, right wingers. So this is congratulations to President Nicolas Maduro, who winning the presidential election by 51.2% to 44.2% against a Mundo, the far right of the special type. Turnout nearly 60%. Okay. Elon Musk is having a party. This is another thing. Elon Musk has been really trying to interfere in this election for whatever reason. And he's been going on X on about how he's a dictator and how he's all this, that, and the third. Elon Musk is having a party with destruction, the violence and riots behind them is always imperialism, with the false diplomacy of deception. Anytime they come with a smile to talk, underneath they bring a dagger or a bomb. That's good.
Por ahí tenemos también la quema en Carirubana, Estado Falcón, de la alcaldía que sirve al pueblo. Y miren lo que gritan los delincuentes drogados estos. Adelante.
¡Vamos! No la van a quemar, ya la quemamos.
Esta es la gente que va a gobernar Venezuela. Así quieren llegar al poder político, así se quieren sentar en esta silla para desatar una guerra civil, un baño de sangre, para desatar una cacería contra cualquier ciudadano que ande por aquí, que ande por allá, para desconocer alcaldía, alcalde, para desconocer instituciones. ¿Ah? Aquí hay una constitución. Ustedes han tratado ya varias veces de vulnerarla, de violarla, de imponer la violencia, y varias veces le hemos ganado. ¿Quién? ¿Quién está detrás de esto? Elon Musk está haciendo fiesta con la destrucción, con la violencia, con la guarimba, con la quema, y saca en el mundo está asombrado cómo se vinieron en ofensiva toda la ultraderecha. Hoy se lo decía a Celso Amorín, mi amigo, es canciller de Brasil, asesor del presidente Lula. Todo el sindicato, llamado así, de la ultraderecha mundial, del fascismo, ve a Venezuela como la joya de la corona para ponerle la mano. Y detrás, el imperialismo. Siempre estuvo el imperialismo. Siempre. Siempre con su diplomacia falsa, de engaño. Miren, cada vez que vengan con una sonrisa y que hablar, por debajo lo que traen es el puñal o una bomba.
Oops. So yeah, that's that. I completely agree. And let's see. Go back here. The president of the Venezuela National Assembly calls on the prosecutor's office to throw opposition leaders Maria Corina Machado and Mundo Gonzalez in prison for attempting to sow a civil war. Let's see. Gamer Jam M, thank you. The problem with acceleration station, sorry, I just cannot read right now. Been doing a lot of reading, is that it assumes that acceleration towards a systemic collapse rather than acceleration towards billionaires and corporations having such absolute power. Literally all labor laws and environmental regulations are removed. Yeah, I mean, let's see. Thank you for that chat. Appreciate it. I could barely read for some reason. I mean, it's like, did I have a mini stroke? I don't know. I don't think so. But let's see. Oops, sorry. So let's play this clip. I don't think there's English here. I'm going to have to translate this. No, it is. Okay. Just read the subtitles.
Las leyes. Con esto quiero decir que tiene que actuar el Ministerio Público como está actuando, no solamente con los malandros drogadictos que le dan $40 para que terrorice a una mujer o para que balee a un joven. No. Tienen que ir presos sus jefes, los que les ordenaron, los que les pagaron. Y cuando digo jefe, no me refiero solamente a María Corina Machado, no, que tiene que ir presa. Me refiero a Edmundo González Urrutia, porque él es el jefe de la conspiración fascista que están intentando imponer en Venezuela. Esa es la verdad. Él sabía de estos planes, igual que ella, igual que todo ese supuesto comando, que no era un comando de campaña, era un comando de acción violenta, de intentar sembrar una guerra civil en Venezuela. Eso fue lo que intentaron ayer. Con el fascismo no se transige, con el fascismo no se negocia y al fascismo no se le otorgan beneficios procesales, se le aplica todo el rigor de las leyes de la República.
So yeah, he's demanding that the opposition leaders be put in jail for their roles in all the violence and stuff that's been going on since the elections. So here's another Juan Guaido tweet. Yes, Elon Musk is real. What actions will X take to avoid hate messages from dictators and reported by drug trafficking? So allegedly, this is a drug trafficking thing, which is ridiculous. For some reason, I'm still having like technical difficulties here. So I'm here again. Sorry about that. I mean, I've been having like technical difficulties all day. Yes, Elon Musk does suck, and all these. So I'm back now. Jesus Christ. Chavistas bring their revolutionary spirit, so more people coming in here with their motorcycles and basically, fighting for their government. Let's see. Xi Jinping. Since taking office, President Maduro has led the Venezuelan government and people in pursuing a development path suited to their own national conditions, making remarkable achievements in national construction. China and Venezuela are good friends that trust each other and other good partners for common development. China will, as always, firmly support the Venezuela's effort to safeguard national sovereignty, national dignity, and social stability, as well as Venezuela's just calls for opposing external interference. So that's Xi Jinping of China basically endorsing or recognizing Nicolas Maduro. Let's see. Opposition woman acts like they're begging the police for mercy in front of the camera. Full video shows Venezuelan police signaling her to move her child off the road. So this is propaganda here. That's scared the shit out of me. So manipulation, and this is what really happened. Yep, so that's all that happened. Like, if you see this beginning part here, like, it makes it look like the cop has a gun on her and about to shoot her. Because he does this. So from that angle, you can't look. It looks like it's a finger, but at the same time, it could be a gun. So this is manipulated, and this is what actually happened. You see, the cop kind of points at her to get up, and she kind of points at him back and just walks away. So yeah, this is how manipulation and propaganda works. This is how it works. You just see a 5-second video from a far angle. They make it seem like this woman's about to die, and meanwhile, really, what happened is just as benign as just a cop telling her just to go away, basically get out of the road. So let's see. That's that. Meanwhile, in the Venezuelan legislature, divisions among the opposition. Opposition deputy and presidential candidate Jose Brito, where the fuck are your children, Maria Machado? If Milei or Noba were governing here, they would not have a bone left unbroken last night. Maria Machado is the main U.S. puppet in the opposition, infamously sent her children to the USA before calling for violent uprisings. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Apparently, she sent her children to the United States before she started running her mouth here about uprisings against the duly elected government of Venezuela. So, very brave of her to send her children away before she started doing this, demanding violence and actions in the street and stuff.
Señora Machado, yo quisiera preguntarle, ¿dónde carajo están sus hijos en este momento? ¿Dónde carajo están sus hijos? Yo sé dónde están los míos. Yo sé dónde están mis hijos, los cuales ayer fueron asediados por más de 5 horas. Y la madre de mis hijos los enfrentó. Le dijo, salten. Yo tengo un hijo con una condición. Mi hijo temblaba del miedo, pero sus hermanos lo calmaban. Les digo, es verdad. El Mundo González ganó en unos municipios, pero perdió en otros. Nicolás Maduro ganó en unos municipios y perdió en otros. Pero se están valiendo de esa nube, de ese nubarrón, que hay gente que cree que en los municipios donde ganaron, eso pasó en Venezuela. Y no fue así. No fue así. Y eso hay que señalarlo. Lo que hicieron ayer en la Quinta Bejucal, en Altamira, si aquí estuviese gobernando Milei o estuviese gobernando Noboa, allí no hubiese quedado sano anoche, que allí se estaba cometiendo un golpe de Estado. Un golpe de Estado se estaba cometiendo anoche en la Quinta Bejucal.
Yep. So she sent her kids away. and then she demanded violence or whatever in the streets. Let's see. Did I already showed that? They want you to think. They want you to think what's happening in Venezuela is about authoritarianism. It's not. It's about who ultimately controls more than $14 trillion in mineral resources, a national government or Western globalist banker elites. It's about which geopolitical bloc will gain access and influence over these resources, the Western global financial empire or the emerging BRICS trading system. What's happening in Venezuela is part of a broader historical struggle between national movements in a system that condemns them to perpetual underdevelopment as cheap exporters to Western oligarch cartels like BlackRock and ExxonMobil. Democracy and authoritarianism are just slogans that Western gangsters use as cudgels whenever their material interests are threatened. If you're buying what Elon Musk is selling, you might as well believe in Santa Claus. Yep, 100% true. So these are all the resources that whether diamonds, coltan, iron. I mean, oil, fuel. I mean, Venezuela has. I mean, they are a mineral-rich country. Mineral-rich country. So let's see. CNN finally found Guaido and Leopoldo Lopez for an all-star panel of failed coup plotters and CIA assets to comment on Venezuela's elections. So this is just a screenshot, but there they are. Two traitors to their countries. Dos traidores a la patria, in Spanish. There it is right there. And CNN is having him on like, hey, I mean, look at these guys. They're good guys, right? They're already. So let's watch this. Actually, I warned people that their true plan was a so-called cover. I think I played this already. Yeah, I did. Sorry. Bear with me 1 second here. Hugo Chavez in 2005. This is why they hate Venezuela and Chavistas in the West. All empires rot from the inside. One day, the rot that North American imperialism carries inside will finally bring it down, and the great people of North America, the people of Martin Luther King, will finally be free.
Los pasados, todos los imperios se van pudriendo por dentro y llega el día en que se caen, ¡plá!, y quedan hechos pedazos como el Imperio Romano y todos los imperios de la Europa de los siglos pasados. Algún día la podredumbre que lleva por dentro el imperialismo norteamericano terminará de echarlo abajo y saldrá libre el gran pueblo de Martin Luther King. El gran pueblo norteamericano, que es un pueblo hermano. Desde aquí vaya mi saludo y nuestro saludo al pueblo de los Estados Unidos de Norteamérica, al pueblo de Canadá, a los pueblos de la Europa. Todos los imperios se van pudriendo por dentro.
There it is. 100% right again. Whoops. Come on, man. 100% right again. So these is the oops. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Bear with me 1 second as I find this. Alright, where is it? Not that. Not that. I'll talk about that tomorrow. Here it is. Here it is. Venezuela's defense minister reaffirmed absolute loyalty and unconditional support to Nicolas Maduro, constitutional president of the Bolivarian Republic. We're going to defeat this coup once again. Nobody can defeat the conscience of the entire people.
Y ese golpe de Estado lo vamos a derrotar una vez más. No hay quien pueda, con la conciencia de todo un pueblo. No hay quien pueda con la fortaleza moral de una institución como la nuestra, la Fuerza Armada Nacional Bolivariana. Es momento de reflexionar y de encauzarnos por el carril democrático, constitucional. Es momento de hacerle honor al pueblo de Venezuela que salió el domingo de manera masiva, repito, a sufragar, a decidir por la vía pacífica y no de las balas y de la violencia. Es momento de actuar, es momento de lealtad a la patria y sus instituciones. Y ese...
Yep, so there that is. Yeah, they're completely loyal to here's AMLO. Why the Organization of American States meddling in Venezuelan elections? This is why the OAS doesn't have any credibility.
Que respeten.
Okay.
Ahí está. ¿Qué se tiene que meter la OEA? ¿Qué se tienen que meter? O sea, eso es injerencismo. Por eso la OEA no tiene credibilidad. ¿Con qué fundamento la OEA sostiene que ganó el otro candidato? Que respeten.
Well, that's that. So let's read this part now before I wrap up, because my internet's still giving me a hard time, even though, everything looks fine here, but it isn't. This by no means is Venezuela's first time Venezuela's opposition has cried fraud. Without any concrete evidence, in response to every recent presidential election, they have made similar claims, going back to Maduro's first successful presidential race in 2013. Like Edison Research, Venezuela's right-wing opposition is closely linked to the U.S. government. U.S. soft power organizations like the National Endowment for Democracy, CIA cutout, and the Agency for International Development, USAID, which is another CIA cutout, has spent millions of dollars funding and training opposition groups in Venezuela, including political parties, media outlets, and so-called NGOs. Washington has sponsored numerous coup attempts in Venezuela, including one in 2002, in which U.S.-backed Venezuelan military officers briefly overthrew a democratically elected president, Hugo Chavez, before the people rose up, filled the streets, and restored Chavez to power. In another coup attempt in 2019, the Donald Trump administration recognized little-known right-wing opposition leader Juan Guaido as supposed interim president of Venezuela, despite the fact he never participated in the presidential election. Washington has proceeded to seize billions of dollars worth of Venezuelan foreign assets in violation of international law, while imposing illegal unilateral sanctions and an embargo that sought to crush the country's economy. The Trump administration official bragged that the sanctions were like Darth Vader's death grip on the throat of the Venezuelan economy. The U.S. Energy Information Administration gloated in 2019 that due to U.S.'s economic war, Venezuela's oil production crashed to the lowest level in decades, starving the state of revenue needed to fund social programs. Oh, great. Look at how excited they are to take away revenue in order to do social programs. The United States is so happy about that they brag about it to people. According to the top UN expert on sanctions, Special Rapporteur Elena Duhan, unilateral sanctions increasingly imposed by the United States, the European Union, and other countries that exacerbated the economic crisis in Venezuela, and the government's revenue was reported to shrink by 99%, with the country currently living on 1% of its pre-sanctions income. In a research paper published by the U.S. think tank Center for Economic Policy Research, economist Mark Weisbrot and Jeffrey Sachs estimated the U.S. sanction caused 40,000 deaths in Venezuela from 2017 to 2018. So yeah, this is just very brutal and it's very brutal. And the only reason why this is happening is very simple. It's because the U.S. wants control over all of the economic resources, all the natural resources, the oil, the They want control over that, and they want a puppet to just basically hand it over to U.S. or international corporations. Just hand it over to them cheaply, so they can turn a incredible profit off of it. So let's see. Anything else I have to do before I go? Because I already did that. That's for Friday. Okay, so let's see. Anything else before I go? That's not it. I already did that. Oh, one more. This is what I. This is another thing I wanted to talk about real quick. Let's see. Bear with me 1 second. This account and other accounts like this are just U.S. propaganda accounts. So the claim is breaking the governments of Argentina, Costa Rica, Ecuador, Guatemala, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, and the Dominican Republic, Uruguay, etc. request an emergency meeting of OAS Permanent Council to issue resolution of Maduro's fraudulent election win in Venezuela. All of those governments that he mentioned, they're all U.S. puppets. But nonetheless, let's act like democracy matters to them. They're all puppets of the United States. Let's see. So this is, yes, Canada, definitely. Canada is just a vassal state of the United States anyway. So this is in Spanish, but this is a translation. Our most sincere thanks to the People's Republic of China for its recognition, excuse me, of the electoral process in Venezuela, which was carried out in an exemplary manner. Likewise, we appreciate your warm congratulations to President Nicolas Maduro on his re-election. We deeply value the words of friendship and commitment to continue strengthening cooperation and exchange between our peoples.
Resultados electorales de Venezuela.
So yeah, basically this video is what I said here. So the Chinese are fully back Venezuela, and recognize Maduro's victory. So this is from the Foreign Ministry of Iran. Iran congratulates Venezuela for holding a successful election, Maduro's win. We congratulate the Venezuelan people, government, and the elected president holding successful presidential elections in the country. So Iran has also been recognized Maduro's victory. Maduro says, thank you to the Islamic Republic of Iran for always accompanying Venezuela. The Venezuelan people appreciates the I'm sorry, I'm kind of confused here. Always supporting Venezuelan people. Thank you for the recognition of a beautiful electoral day of democracy and exercise of sovereignty. We are going with more integration, brotherhood, and mutual cooperation. So, yeah, I'm trying. My reading today isn't like all there. So this is from the Republic of Siberia, the president. He says, he wrote a letter to Maduro. It's like, Your Excellency, I would like to extend to you my congratulations for your election victory. The times we live in are certainly not easy, and I wish you success in your professional endeavors and challenge running the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. Allow me to undermine how pleased I am with our cooperation, in particular with our direct communication, since I learned a lot from our telephone conversation when we had quite a fruitful exchange. We highly appreciate Venezuela's observance of principles, international law, UN Charter, and UN Resolution 1244. Therefore, the territorial integrity and sovereignty in the Republic of Serbia. I avail myself of this opportunity to renew Your Excellency, my congratulations as well as my cordial regards and the assurances of my highest consideration. So, yep. So this is Russia. Vladimir Putin congratulated Nicolas Maduro for his victory in the presidential elections. I'm sure that his activities as commander-in-chief will continue contributing to the relationship between Russia and Venezuela. So that's what this is. So yeah, the countries that have recognized the victory, and now here is President Daniel Ortega of Nicaragua. He's also recognized his victory. So yeah, basically he says here, congratulations on your victory, and we hope to continue working with you soon. Continue working with you. So yeah, because let's see. The only countries that have recognized the Maduro's victory are U.S. adversaries, and I put that in quotes because U.S. adversaries are they're just nonsense. So let's see, anything else? So this is propaganda here from Anthony Blinken.
If my colleagues will indulge me for just 1 minute, I want to speak quickly to the elections that just took place in Venezuela. We applaud the Venezuelan people for their participation in the July 28th presidential election. We commend their courage and commitment to democracy in the face of repression and in the face of adversity. We've seen the announcement just a short while ago by the Venezuelan Electoral Commission. We have serious concerns that the result announced does not reflect the will or the votes of the Venezuelan people. It's critical that every vote be counted fairly and transparently, that election officials immediately share information with the opposition and independent observers without delay, and that the electoral authorities publish the detailed tabulation of votes. The international community is watching this very closely and will respond accordingly.
Yep. So that's Antony Blinken, Secretary of State, just more propaganda. This is Kamala Harris, the VP, virtue signaling and grandstanding. The United States stands with the people of Venezuela who expressed their voice in today's historic presidential election. The will of the Venezuelan people must be respected despite the many challenges. We will continue to work towards a more democratic, prosperous, and secure future for the people of Venezuela. Again, it's just, nonsense. It's like the democracy did decide. So yep. So yeah, just more. So all right, one of the reasons U.S. wants Maduro gone. So the main reason right now is Palestine, is the Israel-Palestine situation, Maduro being pro-Palestinian and anti-Zionist.
¿Cómo podemos callar
Read the subtitles
frente al crimen más grande y monstruoso que se está cometiendo en el siglo XXI? No podemos callar, no callaremos. Venezuela seguirá hablando con su propia voz para decir ¡alto al genocidio contra el pueblo palestino! ¡Cese de fuego en Gaza! ¡Basta de bombardeo! ¡Basta de asesinato! ¡Paz para Palestina! En nombre de los pueblos árabes, mis hermanos pueblos árabes, amados pueblos árabes, se los pido en nombre del pueblo palestino, se los pido en nombre de nuestros hermanos musulmanes, se los pido a los cristianos, a los católicos, a los judíos, a todos se los pido, pero se los pido a esta asamblea y al pueblo de Venezuela, hagamos más por acabar el genocidio contra el pueblo de Palestina. Hagamos más por la paz y el derecho a la vida del pueblo de Palestina.
This is why they want him out, because Maduro wants to end the war between Zionists and Palestine. This is the main reason why right now. They are furious about this. They are absolutely furious about this. Well, my final thoughts, very simple. The U.S., as usual, is trying to meddle in Venezuela. Every single election, There's always been some kind of problem that the United States has had. Not why they cannot recognize the duly elected president of Venezuela, either be Hugo Chavez or Nicolas Maduro. And this time, the reasons are obvious. One, they want the natural resources. They don't want it nationalized. They want U.S. corporations or international corporations to have all those natural resources, which is why Elon Musk is, trying to run around and, talk about how fraudulent the election is and how Maduro is a dictator, because he wants those natural resources for his companies like Tesla and, and he wants those natural resources. And so does the U.S. government to give to other multinational corporations. The other main reason why is because of Maduro's stance on the Israel-Palestine war. He's he's anti-Zionist and pro-Palestinian. He talks about it in speeches, multiple speeches. He talks about it publicly. So the U.S. doesn't want that, and neither does Israel. So that's another main reason why. That's the other main reason why they want to undermine this election, try to overthrow Maduro's government. So those are my final thoughts. I mean, this stream is now going to be in two parts, because the first part I have 30 minutes. The second part is nearly an hour long. I had to do it this way because I had technical difficulties and my shit crashed. Very annoying. So yeah, if you want to watch both parts, both parts are on YouTube. It'll probably be on X too. It won't be on, and it'll probably be on Twitch as well and Kick. So follow me on those platforms as well. Shameless plugs real quick before I go. Stay tuned to INN at 10 o'clock Eastern, because American Tradition with Indy and Jesse Jet will air tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern. Tomorrow is INN News and at 9 p.m. Eastern. Sorry. I think who is Reef and Colin interviewing? Vanessa Beeley, that's right. So that's who it'll be 9 o'clock Eastern, that interview. So check that out. And Thursday's Politically Homeless. Friday, I'll be back with you on Angel in the afternoon at our regular time, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. Hopefully I'll have a guest. I haven't had confirmation yet on the guest, which is why I won't say it here, but Saturday, there's no pro wrestling talk because SummerSlam is on. So you want to hang out with us and join us, make sure you do it on Sunday night at 7 o'clock Eastern. So I'll remind everybody about this on Friday during Angel in the afternoon. But I want to thank everybody very much for joining me on this wild episode of Angel in the Afternoon. So I'm going to see you guys on Friday, 7 o'clock Eastern. Make sure you stay with INN, because at 10 o'clock, like I said, American Tradition with Indian Jesse Jet will be at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 Pacific. And until Friday, I want to thank everybody for watching this impromptu special episode of Angel in the